couple of comments. Minutes. Did everyone get a chance to read the minutes? Julie didn't go to that meeting, so we're exempt. If anyone needs to,
Yeah, I think it was just Sarab and Julie.
Oh, right, I'm sorry.
I was not there
We're
for
also-
the meetings.
You were also exempt. We were here.
I'll do it. Because I put on my radar. Accept them.
Did everyone get a chance to read them over? The minutes? Anyone need a few minutes?
Yeah.
You good? All right. A motion to approve the minutes.
Yes,
Jane, a second.
I second.
Excellent, Mary. All right. All in favor, say aye. Feel that would be us. Okay, perfect. My report. I hope everyone had a lovely Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for your participation, as always. I know when we last met, actually Jane just reminded me that there was going to be that discussion about the Community and Cultural Center. There was an open discussion about that for any community members who wish to attend. I don't know how many people showed up, but it was a significant number of people. The meeting room in the library was quite full, so that was really good. And the way the meeting ran was everyone was able to go around and introduce themselves and state some of what they would like to see happen for the Community and Cultural Center. And then we were broken up into smaller groups, so there were smaller groupings, and then there was a representative from that group that shared some of the thoughts that people had. So I do have a summary, so I can tell you some of what was said. Firstly, people talked about the importance of having this community center as a place for the community to gather. And some of us talked about how, we gathered for the concerts in the summer, for the Woodbridge Road Race, for Woodbridge Like Me. I think there was something else. Spoke about the Buy Nothing Facebook group. That's another way to meet people. But that as a community, meeting, especially in colder months, we've had it in pieces, but that's something that the community center could offer, bringing the town together, having one of the recommendations that came up from several people was to have kind of a community board that tells you what's happening in town, because sometimes people have a hard time finding the information, like we have through rep, right? And then there might be things through the senior center, through the library, but to have some general way of having that information available so it's not so fragmented that it's in one place. So that was a suggestion people had, which I thought was interesting. A place where everyone can go, the idea of having intergenerational activities that, the space can be intergenerational, having forums for people to talk to each other, a place for maybe multi-business gathering and nonprofits gathering. There's this idea of having a cafe that there could be kind of open mic nights or game nights or karaoke kinds of nights, but something that offers an opportunity to gather for those sorts of reasons, a place to get a cup of coffee and meet people. This is not necessarily in the order that it was discussed, but I'm just going through categories. A place to have some, poetry meetings, places for artists, local artists to hang some of their work. A ping pong table, the gym, a nicer space for yoga.
How about a seniors, how about a high school, the high school hangout, or is
Well,
that?
yeah, so there was talking that it's an intergenerational
So
space, so it might be together, but also a
But
place
they're
for.
gonna move it from where it is now, next to the old Woodbridge Social,
Oh, you're talking about the teen center?
the teen center,
I don't
yes.
know, is it, yeah, I don't.
That's what should be there.
So there was talk, like now there is this, there's a sidewalk from the high school to the center of town. So to have a place where, yeah, high school students can come as well.
What are the hours?
I don't know that we know the hours yet. Yeah,
Will it be, like, is there a front desk and somebody
there is a front
greets
desk.
you? Or is it just anyone can come?
There's a
in?
front desk, and one of the visions is that that there can be someone who coordinates and really has a handle on the spaces and can be involved to help foster, various events and how the spaces can be used so that it's not just sort of a free-for-all, because there are these multi-purpose spaces. I mean, the gym is the gym, and that's the most sort of stable space that, if we have equipment, which the gym would have equipment, that's not really a multi-purpose space. That is the space. Whether or not we can fit a ping pong table or other things in there, that's something to figure out, right? But the other spaces are kind of this idea of a multi-purpose, that it could be meetings. The yoga room will be yoga, but it can also be a meeting room or a room for dance or for, I don't know, the sky's the limit in terms of, ideas. The talk, yeah, like one of the things was about having a space that has longer hours for gatherings, for meetings. I don't know what that'll look like yet. It was kind of the discussion was like a wish list that the community could kind of really sort of express what do people want? What do people want with this community center? A place to welcome new residents, something that kind of complements the programs that the library offers, and that, the list goes on and on. I'm just trying to think about other things. So there's going to be, the idea is to have more meetings. Anyone who wants to get involved in this group, this sort of committee that's trying to foster discussion, certainly can. There's room for suggestions. It's really just a community wish list. I'm just trying to think about what other.
Of all these suggestions, was there anything like brought up where they said, no, that won't work?
No,
No
because
limitations or anything?
no, because there was no one sort of, it was everyone coming together as a community. It wasn't like one person overseeing and saying, this is impossible. There was no, it was really just brainstorming discussion. Yeah, but no one said, no.
Not in the
that's not-
budget? Not in the...
Yeah, no one said that. There was someone suggested maybe volunteers could be involved in organizing, this point person. And then there was some discussion that's going to be hard. The idea of having someone who's really responsible, maybe they're volunteers who assist in some fashion, but that you really need a point person who can kind of help foster this new space, these spaces that we'll have to make it successful. There's probably a bunch of things because I have like 4 pages of notes. But I could certainly share this. I could forward this. I should have forwarded this to you before.
And then I can sum it up.
Yeah, that would be nice. That way you can. Anyway, so that's what about. I certainly talk about some of the hopes in terms of fitness center and some of the needs we've talked about here. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure to circle back. Things, the building. Hopefully, sometime in January it'll be ready. The question is, will there be furniture by then? I don't know, there's still questions about when everything is ready to roll. Certainly a yoga class, people just need to bring yoga mats, so that's an easy one. But, and then how to move equipment in the fitness center. So that's some of what happened there. It was good to see people like really interested, and coming out to share their thoughts and hopes. Any other sort of questions? I know no decisions were made, but we've certainly talked over the years about what the rec department had, what we want to see, and what I've certainly expressed that in meetings. Yeah. Maybe that's it for me. We have no liaison reports. Personnel.
No personnel.
Oh, personnel. Donation to Annie Pop Warner cheerleading.
Right there.
Pardon me, I'm gonna see.
Is that something we usually, John?
I think it's important that
Donate to this?
this is a donation to an individual group that are the children from.
But is it something that we usually give every year or no?
No, this
Okay.
is something that Youth Services gave them money last year, but I felt we gave them the gym, we gave them the gymnasium also. That's why I didn't ask for more money. I just asked for somebody to help them with other fees that they have to do like this. But we give them the gym, no charge at all. We give them the hours, we give them like this, and we let them come in like that. We don't charge them. But I really think that we should help them a little bit more. It's a great organization. I mean, they won last year, they won the Nationals. So I think it's important that we are involved with our students, children that came through rec and are coming through rec and are part of this program.
How old are these kids?
I think they're anywhere from 8 to 14.
I guess I'm feeling like we don't support any other local, do we support any, like, do we give a donation to the baseball team or to the football team?
We give a lot to the baseball team. We give them a lot, all the time and everything that we have to do.
But a monetary donation?
I don't think so. We give a monetary donation to the baseball team. I don't know.
From
what football
my
team.
standpoint, I don't know that, yeah, they're going to nationals, but I don't know that I would want to show favoritism towards one sport or another to give a monetary donation to the cheerleaders, and then next year the football team and the baseball team and the soccer team come and you're like, well, either we have to give money to everybody or we
I don't
then
think
show
that's true.
favoritism.
Have you ever turned money down to an organization? Well, is there a precedent of not giving money?
No, we don't have a precedent set up like that. I understand what Julie's saying. I understand like that. We do give them the gymnasium. We give them everything like that for free and like this. And that's a lot. I understand what you're saying about if we give it to one, and then next year somebody else comes, you just say no. There's going to be hard feelings against one group against another like that. So I agree.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Because I think
thought.
that giving them use of the courts or the fields, I feel like that's
monetary.
different.
That's what we do.
That,
Yeah.
I mean, that is,
Is there
That's-
anything
that's-
additional we could do which is non-monetary as well? Is there anything additional that we could do which is non-monetary that currently we are?
Just give them the field,
Yeah.
just give them the fields, give them the
Give them the
gymnasium, give them the
field.
times that they want like this, whenever they do, as much time. Even if it's on the weekends and anything, we just fit it in with our supervisors that are here. As long as our supervisor is here to open the door and get in the gymnasium, then we can give them we can give it to them to use. Okay.
I guess actually we should have had a motion, right, and then discussion. We sort of did it backwards, right? We should do the motion first.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that and we can continue the discussion. So do we have a motion to approve this contribution? What do we do if we don't get a motion? We can still continue the discussion, right? Or once we,
Yeah, I think
No,
a motion
that-
and second, and then you have discussion as you go.
So, but you need a motion to approve it.
Yeah, I guess if no one makes a motion.
So if there's no one who makes a motion to approve it,
The
then
motion failed.
the motion failed. I don't want to leave anyone out who wants to make a motion.
How much are they asking for?
They didn't give us a range. They didn't give us a range. I just figured $250. I just picked that out of the hat.
I think that's probably before even a motion, you should
I
know what
think
they're asking.
we
What
need
if
a
they want
motion first.
$25?
I think
Well,
once
if
we
you-
give them something where they're gonna expect it.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And we give
It still
them,
leaves you
we
with the
do
same
so
thought
much
that
for
Julie
them
brought up,
in other
$25,
ways.
and every group's gonna ask, for $25.
Yeah,
It's not the,
I guess I want to know, do we have criteria? Like we give to the food bank, the food
Right.
pantry,
Right.
because it benefits the whole.
the entire town.
Right.
It doesn't
The
benefit
heated-
one
heated
individual.
fuel fund
It's a community organization that we give to.
is going to the whole community for the.
Whereas this is going to the individual group.
right, and when we give money for the trunk or treat, that's like a community.
That's a community involvement that
event.
everybody in the town comes to. It's not a individual group, it's a town that puts together, the fire department puts together with all the different businesses in town come together so that the kids and families can have a safe night.
Yeah, so it is a bit of a slippery slope, and as we know, the budget gets tighter and tighter. So, okay, so it sounds like we don't have a motion, we appreciate their talent, and
But we do
we
give,
support them through their field and
right, we support them through the usage of any of our facilities for no charge.
we want to continue to support them for that. Okay, is that something? Okay, thank you.
And maybe that should be in part of the, when you puts it together, that we don't give to any organization monetarily, but we do give facilities to help, which would be the gymnasium. We would do that for anybody with football,
Yeah.
basketball, again, we needed to come one time, we let them use our gym. They had to come in,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. How does that,
We'll still do that.
does that feel okay to you,
Mhm.
John?
That feels fine.
Okay, good. Thanks, Jill, for
Sorry,
raising that.
Now I feel really bad.
No, I think that you raise a really important point
No,
because
Julie,
then-
that's why, when you look at a problem, you see it only in one vision. But when 7 people look at that same problem, you find other solutions or things that why it wouldn't work. And that's the best thing about this, and you came up with a good one. And I agree 100%, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
But we would have to give money to other groups like this because it wouldn't be fair to them.
right. When you say yes, when you say no, and it's, yeah, you provide a lot of,
Unless we have a line item somewhere, maybe in the budget, after we look at it, that's a donation to
Community
kids recreation groups, and we have $1,000 available, and we, as a committee, divvy up.
We don't have a line item for that.
right. There might be times if someone can't afford the camp, that certainly rec has been very flexible in making sure to support.
Well, the recreation department,
families.
as a director, makes that decision like this
Yes.
for people that, they come in.
Exactly.
I just see what their problem is, what they have like this,
Yes, so that's,
For summer camp, I feel, it just feels
it
different.
feels different,
than
it feels different.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's having them come to us.
Yeah, I think this is where different organizations, that's when they do fundraising events or big sales. or
I'll just
what
give you,
have
for instance, a few years ago, we had a very wealthy family in town like this, coming like this, and the husband passed away quickly. It just happened like this and everything, and they were in trouble, and it just was hard to do, so Recreation just said, come on,
Yeah.
be part of it like this. That's what we do to help the community.
That's a really important community support.
We're always there for the kids.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So I think we're all comfortable with this decision. Thanks. Jim.
Can you get them a letter saying that the rec commission does not make donations to,
Right.
to groups?
But we do offer.
We are available.
For facilities or anything like that, that if you need us, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put that together.
All right.
We'll put it together and I'll have them emailed to you, and you can read it over.
And that now becomes like a precedent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I
that's what we
think
do.
it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's, have we ever done that before? And the answer would be no, and the precedent is.
Right.
Good.
It's good. Okay, we're up to the director's report. John,
Okay.
it's you.
Well, I have here on the Director's report, we have the Health and Wellness Center starting like this, and we're up in attendance for Health and Wellness. Over last year, we average we're over 9 people more this year using the Symphony, and over 24 more from 2023. So we're consistently getting more people to come on this, and our adult program is doing well. Our seniors like this, Mr. Vigliotti, John Vigliotti, who runs that program for like this, they go out once a month, maybe twice. They go to luncheons, they put the whole group together, and they just do it themselves. They all show up at a restaurant. It's really cool that they do that.
Can I ask a question
No.
about the full year versus half year? Because in 2023, the half year was 28 people more than it is now. Does that offset? Am I reading it the right way?
Yeah, we were just opening back up from COVID in 2023, and we didn't have a lot of people. We were trying to get people
But is
in.
that why the full year was down? Like, because if you add those two
Yes.
together,
Yep,
that's 52. It's relatively consistent with where we are now. It's not like it's
Yeah.
such a big jump.
Right.
yeah.
Just making sure that I'm
And for the fitness center, this is going to be something, and we've talked before, but we're getting closer to it being ready to move to the community center, to really think about what equipment, what should really be in there. So we look to your expertise and your.
Well, I would look to Rob and John Vecchio. Those are 2 expert fitness people like this. Vecchio's a professional at it, and Rob has been with us so long and doing this, and he knows exactly. We had put it together already once. I know that we
Yeah.
have it. We said everything that we wanted to do and what we wanted to bring over. We can bring that back out when it's ready. We don't have to
yeah.
bring everything over, and we're not moving it. We are not moving it. It's going to be a responsibility of the town of Woodbridge to move. We moved them all the other times. We did all that work and everything. I think it's not safe to do something like that, because if somebody gets hurt,
Yeah, yeah.
I think the workman compensation would come in like that, so they would have to get a professional company to come in and move those heavy weights.
So, yeah, I think we're getting close to the time to maybe just review or tweak, or for them to look at it and think, okay, is this the equipment, like what, yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to Rob, because I think we have that, John, somewhere. We have
Do you have the dimensions of the space?
yeah, he had the whole space, and every written down, he had every piece of equipment put out in every single spot, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look and see if I can find that.
That'd be good. Yeah, we're getting there. It's no longer just out there somewhere, like here it is December, and
What's the
it's gonna happen.
date? What's the
Well,
goal?
we don't
The
know
goal
the
date?
exact date. Well, we had January,
It'll be
February.
85, well, that makes me 80.
So like by April?
I would think by April. That was Julie's.
By the opening of camp?
Winter, during the winter months, we'll open in some fashion or
Some
another.
year?
This 2026, it will open in some fashion or another. Yes.
We hope.
We'll probably get to meet there, right?
We will.
Yeah,
We're hoping.
right? All right, continue on, please. Outdoor facilities.
Wait, hold on, I just want to write something
Oh,
down
sure,
here.
sure, sure.
At this stage, I won't remember this, I'll write it down. Outdoor facilities, the tennis nets are becoming down. We decided this year that our policy is going to be December 1st. Anytime after December 1st, we'll close, because we had such beautiful weather through
Yeah.
November. We left up the pickleball rack and nets and everything like that, and the tennis nets are still up, but they're coming down this week. And very well used, very well. And I think one of the nicest things was when they painted the courts, not only did they paint 3 and 4, they painted 1 and 2 with pickleball courts, just in case you have to close over. So we brought a net down, put it down at 1 and 2, because sometimes the senior center dominates the last 2 courts, and then a lot of people want to come at the same time, so we only have 1 court. So now with the other courts, they can sign up with John for the other courts to play there, because we put a net down there. So we expanded that program, which was great.
Good, good.
The next one is
That
program.
was actually, let me just say that was a plea from the community, more pickleball, and you responded and
Yes.
made it happen.
Yeah,
So
and
just
in
kudos.
the spring, Timmy's going to put up, we're going to have 2 more courts. They're not going to be It's going to be noted that they're not professional, they're not what do you call regulation size.
Okay.
They're a little bit smaller, but they're going to be at the Allegri property, and they're on the basketball court going sideways. So there'll be 2 more courts to just go and play. Now, a lot of people just want to play with the net. They don't need the extra 2 inches or 4 inches like that.
Yeah.
So, and we have the tape. We already have the tape. We bought the tape, and we have everything ready to go. So in the spring, he'll do that.
So well, if there are people playing want to play basketball, do they take precedent over the,
First come, first serve.
okay,
That's the way it's there.
okay.
Should make sure to advertise for that once it's up so that people are aware there are additional courts.
I'm 73 with 1 ear. You have to talk louder.
No, I'm saying we should advertise for that once it's ready so that people know that there are additional
Yes.
courts.
Yeah, and I'll put the advertisements down at where the pickleball courts are, and both courts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll put it up there.
I'm sure more people will be interested.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. And we took the defibrillator in. It freezes during the winter. But luckily, it was another good year. We did not have to use it.
good, you like that.
Which is excellent. Going on to programs and sports, Beach Road has like 900 students, somewhere in that range like this. So you want to get a minimum of 20% of the students. So that'd be like 180 students in your program from there to come. And 25% would be 225 students, and that's where we're at right now. Right now, we're at 225 students before we open the doors, which is next week. And we have nighttime basketball starting next week, which is the junior high league, which only has 8, and they usually average about 35 or 36 in that league. And everybody signs up last minute, but that is full. That gets full and has a waiting list. And then we have Thursday night junior high league. That's the same thing. It's not as big, but there's 24. They have 6 have signed up right now, but there's usually 24 to 25 students in that program. So we're looking at. Okay, we're looking at 25 more students for the Classic League, 14 more students for the Junior High League. Gymnastics, the little tiny ones are at 4. That usually runs about 10 to a dozen. So I put down 10. And 4th, 8th grade basketball on a Saturday, we usually have 20. We're only at 9 signed up right now. And then we have the girls basketball clinic, which is at 6, and we usually get a dozen. So that's another 79 students added on to our program. And that will put us up about, if you're doing 25%, you're doing fine. You're doing 30%, you're doing really good. We're going to be up about 35%, 34-35% of the total students from Beach Road School in our town they're going to be doing there. So we're in great shape, and our programs are running. Our programs are just flourishing right now.
That's great.
With kids like this. So I want to thank David Smith, Steve Cahoon, Dave Cohen. These are the supervisors that are there during the week and on the weekends, and they just want to grab this program. If you ever want to come out on Saturday morning and see the basketball program with the parents, it's like unbelievable. There's like a coffee clutch on the stage,
Right.
and all the kids are playing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I remember those days. It's great.
Finance report.
That's a big part of the community too. Those basketball mornings.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
Parents and their kids,
goes
yeah.
there and loads up.
Yep.
Consistent. All right. Expense-wise, over October 2024 and 2025, we're 0.8% less this year than last year. So we're right on target. We're right on target with what we're doing in the programs for financial. I also wanted to let you know that in the budget that I gave you, we're going to be going over the budget pretty soon, but I just wanted to know ahead of time, in the budget, I feel if we're cutting back so much and we're cutting like that, and the times are tough, even for anybody in the town, you want to try to save them. Well, I think to save them, from taxes and things like that is not to expand the cost of our programs. Right now, I don't think we have to go up on the cost of our programs because we're breaking even. I don't feel we're not in a position to come out here and make money. We're in a position to offer to the town of Woodbridge and break even so that we give our programs and give everything we can to the kids and to the town. So that's another way of saving for the people. That's the way I look at it.
And was it last year that we went up with programs? So this year it's like.
This year we hold off. And then we'll revisit it next year.
Yeah.
See what it is like this. Instead of going up 2.5% every year, in 3 years it's 7.5%. In 2 years, you go up 5%, which is still 2.5% less than what you would have charged if you went up 2.5 every year. Because usually what people say is your program, you're allowed to go up in your budget 2.5% or something, So that's what you should add into it, but I don't think we have to. I think we're doing fine with the numbers of people we have and how we run our programs. And also,
The number of staff and minimum wage.
right, I went from 1 to 6. 1 to 6 is an excellent staff representative, one supervisor, youth supervisor to 6 students. I went to 8. The state calls for 12. You can go 1 to 12. So I figured we can go up a little bit. I don't want to go high, but I will say this. I will never, ever put the jeopardy of the children in this town for not having enough safety. Safety is most important. So if I see that our budget doesn't call for it, but I need to hire 1 or 2 people for a program, I will hire 1 or 2 people for a program, and we'll work at it that way. Like that. And we also do good, but a lot of times what happens is our revolving account makes us a lot of money. We run the guitar, like I said before, and we needed 8, we only had 6, so we ran the program minus 2. The next time we ran the program, we had 18. Well, that 18 covered the 2, and then covers more like this, so that'll cover, different places. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
It helps out.
Yeah.
The capital budget, you have the copy of the capital budget. We really don't have much. What it is in 2027, 26, 27, we're looking at replacing our equipment in the fitness center one piece at a time as we go down the road. As each piece gets to the end of its career, we move it out. And our surgeon, Rob, really does a great job. He's keeping these things going and keeping them safely going. In 28, I put in the synthetic skating rink.
Is it this one?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one. That's just the one.
Yeah, okay.
In
Sorry.
2028, I put in for synthetic skating rink. These are the panels that you can skate on all the time. They're regular hockey skates, regular skates, everything going like this. But I put it in there from down the road, so we're going to see what we do this year with what we have. We still have a brand new net, a brand new liner, brand new liner, because we called them and sent it to us like this, and the liner was ripped. We repaired it, but we called them, and instead of them taking it back, they told us, keep it, repair it, and we'll send you a new one. And they did. And that's what, $1,500?
Yeah.
About $1,500 piece of material that they gave it to us, because they felt sorry that they sent it to us in a torn position. But Rob and the town crew used the materials like you would on a beach ball or something like that to seal it, and they sealed it good, and it was fine. But this year I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to see if we could maybe make a half a rink. You double up the flooring and just make it a half-size rink so we have something. Because right now I'm not sure if I want to go a full thing, because it takes away the courts. It doesn't ruin them, it doesn't hurt the courts at all, sitting down like this. But we need to find a place. A beautiful place would be at the Alleghi property. On that basketball court, it's perfectly level, it's flat. We did it last year, we put it up like this, and I came there one day and there were 20 rocks, about that big. The kids went in, they're throwing big rocks in, and I don't know. So you need something like the tennis courts on Center Road where it's locked in. You
Yeah.
lock them at night, they lock up like this, they can't get in, they can't like this,
It's such an interesting concept too, because you said, oh, we could disassemble it May through August. But many other towns, like ice skating, skate time is hard to find, and if we could find a way, I don't know, to make money off of charging people from other towns to come skate on our rink year round.
You build it and they will come. If you build it and you build it correctly, I wanted to put it over at the country club, over there where the tennis courts are. I wanted to put it there like this, the fencing's already there and everything. But the town balked at it because, sometimes you have to put out money to make money. And they didn't want to put out $100,000 there. The electricity's there, everything was there, but they didn't want to do that. So you're talking between a rock and a hard place. So we're trying our best with what we have to develop it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you're right.
All right. So
Okay.
that would
Then we go to 2029. Fitness trails, those are the stations that are on the fitness trail. They're used all the time. They're used everything like this. And this is just an upgrade. This is just being an upgrade to the stations that are there. We had a Boy Scout came in and did an Eagle project, and he sanded down all the posts and everything like that. And then put them up, but some of the signs are getting older, and we could just have them replaced, but the posts and everything can be sanded and resealed.
Now, is that something that the Eagle Scouts still do?
Yeah, we just have to have an Eagle Scout, somebody that's going for their Eagle Scout.
I
And if
see.
we need it done, the Eagle Scout, they'll come to us and we'll do it. And we put all the money into one account. If they get any money like this, we hold on to it and put it towards it, because the Scout shouldn't have any money of his own, like that. So we have contact, and the recreation takes care of it.
Oh, I
And
see.
the money any money that's left over is released back to the Scout, the troop. It goes back to the troop, not to the Scout, it goes back to the troop.
So is rec putting money into it, or it's really
No,
the?
no, we just hold it. We don't put any money into it. We just hold it in an account for the town. The town holds it in an account.
I see.
And then we give it back. We actually don't even have it in our account. It goes into a town account,
Okay.
like that. And then 2030, universal slab. This is what we were working on at the Allegri property.
Yeah.
Doing the whole thing. This is what we
Yes.
have. This is a great thing. This would be a one-time slab that you put down. It could be used for volleyball, tennis, pickleball, basketball, and an ice skating rink winter only, which would be fine, you know, if we could.
Yeah.
And then one slab used every which way you could. You know, multiple use. Instead of just one sport playing on it, it could be multiple use in the program.
This one is considerably more expensive than investment.
Right, but this would be part of the project. This would be part of the project, right?
There was some looking into grants to do this. That was the
Yeah.
hope, right?
Unfortunately, I was there when they were doing the grants like this, and I guess the money that was going towards our grant, the town felt that a different grant was better a project to send the money towards that way, so that's what they did. So we'll reapply
Yeah.
and see if we can get another grant
Yeah.
to come in like that.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the town came through for us, but they felt it was a priority, whatever program that they wanted to run, and so we'll just keep applying.
We
We'll
did
apply
apply
again.
for one this year, right? I forget the name, but
Yeah.
Tom, you remember which grant we applied for?
Yeah, I think so.
We did apply, and I
Yeah.
remember writing
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
did
that's
apply
right.
for a gazebo grant. I don't think they got it though. That
They
was-
didn't get it?
No, that was to upgrade the gazebo and the sound system.
Well, the family that was living at the gazebo in the back over there, the six of them, they protested.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw 3 of them that day.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I really want to see that gazebo.
Yeah, in fact, the guy from that company that we had come out and look at it, he emails me like every week asking if we're gonna do the project.
And this universal slab is a 3-year expand. It's the first year to put the slab in itself like that. Then we do the painting of the lines the next year, and then we put up the basketball hoops and the year after that. So it goes 3 years. It's 145,000, but it's 25,000 of that is based over 2 more years.
But just for the record, we do want to see that gazebo fixed as well.
Yes, we
It's
do.
separate, it's a separate issue, but it's also one of these, gazebo is, again, another community enjoyed space for concerts,
Mm-hmm.
and to have a sound system, that's great, and make sure it's not in disrepair, that it's safe, and, yes, termite, et cetera.
Well, that's the problem we had with the country club. The country club, all you had to do was put out the 60 or 80,000, was put a roof on it. Cover that roof, keep everything, and my father always said that, make sure you have a good roof on your house, keep the water out, everything like this, and you'll be fine. You can always work on the inside afterward, make sure nothing can get in. It didn't happen at the country club, and the water got in and mold, and once that mold gets in, it's done.
But the gazebo.
Gazebo is smaller, but it should be taken care of.
The
You don't
roof
want
is
to wait.
good.
You don't
It's
want to
the
wait.
Yes, exactly.
Do we have
So-
any Eagle Scouts who can rebuild?
Yeah, maybe maybe it'll
I'm
be
not joking.
I mean, we've been discussing this for many years now, the gazebo issue.
Yeah, me, you and John walked in.
We
took all
walked
those
in, yes.
pictures, yeah.
Said everything.
Sent them to me,
We'll
too.
keep at it from our perspective. But yeah,
Talk's cheap.
Yeah,
You got to get it done.
so
People
there's
love that.
always-
They love that place.
Yeah, I mean, so there's
sponsorship.
the concert sponsorship?
Yeah, not just concerts. The gazebo, a sponsorship that says whatever the gazebo is, like a sports arena.
Oh, those that, these are the people, like a plaque that says, these are the people that
Yeah.
donated for the restoration,
This
or the thing like
is
that.
the Serve Pro gazebo. This is the
So you're thinking
Yeah.
if there would be funding. if
Fidelity
people
Bank.
wanted- contribute to fund the renovation
It
of the
would be
gazebo?
named that. The gazebo would not
How
just
much
be the
is the
gazebo.
renovation gonna be? Does anyone?
No idea.
I don't have an idea. I
Yeah.
got prices on the sound system I could send you. I don't know what the renovation
Yeah,
for the gazebo would be.
right, the actual physical deterioration. It's interesting.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like all these practice fields you see on,
And there again, my theory works. 8 feet or 9 people, one person can open the gate to this.
Make a note of that for the minutes, please, John. You should have our reporters.
All right, then we
read
have,
that.
In 2031, the town's only outdoor courts are not on school property were removed for safety reasons at West River Field. They were too close to the line. You needed at least 30 feet from the foul line back, and it was only, I think, 4.5 feet. So those courts were taken out for safety reasons, but nothing else was brought back into it. So I was planning to come up with some way to come up with a much more needed regulation-sized basketball court that could be open to the public, sun up to sundown, on town property 7 days a week and not on the school property. Beecher Road School has basketball courts and they can be used, but they can't use them. Now they have the extended day till 6 o'clock. So
Right.
only time in the summertime when after 6 o'clock, programs they can use it. So if we can come up with a program, then that's one of the reasons why we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I wouldn't want to kill anything, but the slab,
Yeah.
universal slab would be part of that program. That would be good. And then, this one's been here since, let's see, 87, 97, 17. About 38 years it's been here, and I've presented this 38 times for a 90-foot
The cost has
diamond.
probably gone up.
Probably.
Probably if you did it in 87,
Probably,
it
but-
would have been a lot cheaper.
Probably, but this is pie in the sky as this town would go, But if you build it, you can run all kinds of programs and everything like that, If you look at, one of the things is Bethany. Bethany, it's not part of the Bethany Recreation Department, but it's part of the town of Bethany. They put in those soccer fields. They put in all those big soccer fields, and a private organization came up there, and they built it. Did they come? It's packed. It's packed every day like this. And now they have big buildings, so they go inside now. Now they're inside with shorter teams. But when you see them in the fall and in the spring, teams are everywhere paying to get in to use those things. And that's why I'd like to put in a real ice skating rink, something like that we would charge for people to come. Ice time is just like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying right now, so it's on the record, if there's a Zamboni, I run it the first time.
That's
I
right.
always wanted to ride the Zamboni. That would be my miracle gift. And that's it. That's the
Yeah.
program.
And your comments, although is that current? The age of the current director? Because I think earlier you opened the meeting and said
It's probably gonna be
the
updated.
director was older than that.
No, we're at 90-foot down. I think it says to be out there.
Did you state
We're
earlier
50
that
No,
the,
71.
is that,
Yes, I'm 73.
so that's a bit of a typo?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
we'll
typo. So what did I
change
say?
that.
I say, if there's one typo, she would find it.
We didn't want to give John's real age away.
I heard you say that, and I just read the
This was
comment.
conceptualized in 2023.
But you don't look at day over 71.
I wish I looked up under 71,
You do,
but I'm still on this side of the earth.
You have the vitality, lots of enthusiasm. All right,
And that's
Just
the
one,
presentation.
quick question for
oh,
the
yes.
slab. Like, what's the real estate that you would need?
To put on put what?
The slab.
the slab.
The slab. Oh, that, when you come up into the Allegri property, right there, they have that big open area by the parking lot right there. That would be the exact position that you would put. That would be perfect for the slab. It'd be right next to the parking lot. It'd be right there, easily used. The whole thing would fit perfectly in there.
The only other edit would be if you can update the fiscal year on each page. They all say 2027.
Well, is,
No, at the center of the page.
Yeah, because they call it the FY '27 capital budget, but in the corner, it's got each year, and then I think.
oh, so is that should say fiscal year 2027?
Oh, I see up in the top corner.
Yeah, because this one is for fiscal year 28, right? The second page.
Well, then it's for
In the center.
fiscal.
Yeah, no, I see it in the center. This is actually a form at the town.
see.
you don't change, it's the dates.
Yeah,
is the
yeah, but I mean,
Oh,
the one that they submit is on the computer now, so
Yeah,
okay.
it should be,
that should be corrected.
like I submit it into an online database.
I see.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying, though.
And
Any other questions?
there's only one program where we are actually calling out fundraising, and to your point, are there any other opportunities where we can look for fundraising or sponsorships that can actually help make those come to reality?
Yes, we can look into it, but, we're limited on, we don't have like Orange where they have the Austin Post Road and thousands of buildings and like that. We have the same number of people, we keep going back to the same
Yes.
pond and keep drawing from it like this. It's pretty hard, Surf Pro and Amity Physical Therapy have always stepped up to the plate for us. They're two organizations in this town. I'd hate to ask them for more because they sponsored like this, and when it came to a split of who was going to do it, they said, well, why don't we split it together and when we could do it. So instead of having one at 2,000, we got two at 3,000, which is great. And it dropped off $500 for them, but for us, it went up $1,000.
Right.
So, but we'll look into it. That's all
Right,
I'll put
because,
that down.
so we have the fundraising for the road race and then for the
I just think
concerts.
a construction company, an electrical company, that's what you need for the gazebo.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Not small,
So-and-so
A big-
construction company.
someone who would
Like
care
Ladder
about their
Creek.
name being up there.
Yeah, or just,
Toll Brothers.
Well, that's interesting, especially something like that.
That's going to stay for a long time.
Yeah. Do we have any connections to Ladder Creek?
well, that's
Not now, the
Bethany
people I know
too.
are gone.
Yeah,
And they don't want to be I was just thinking, is there somebody that is construction company that was within Woodbridge?
Right, right.
An
Well, it's
electrician
like
within
Paul the plumber.
Woodbridge.
Paul the plumber, he's not
Yeah.
Bethany, but he's a fireman here in Woodbridge like this, and he sponsors the road race. He puts his
Yeah.
money into the road race, and then there's a company that works with us all the time. Matter of fact, he came to me, he says, when do you need to check? I said, check for what? He goes, for the road races. Oh, that was way before we even started.
Right.
So he's excellent at helping us. Doing that. That's a program, but we have to look into different ones, like there's Sal War Corporation, Warren Luciani, who has a company there, he's in town like this. He's always helping recreation all the time. Whenever we need something, he's there for us. And so maybe I can ask him for,
Well, it's worth exploring. Yeah,
these are good companies.
They'll demo it for
That's good. Whatever. Demolition's a lot too.
yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll move on to the budget.
You
This
guys
year,
got to vote on the capital budget.
oh yeah, sorry.
What's that?
You have to vote on
Oh,
the capital
oh,
budget.
right,
Yeah.
thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the capital budget? James, second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next is our regular recreational budget like this. I had a meeting with Mika, he called me into the office, we sat down like this, and for the first time, every year when we did our budget, we never added in John's raise or my raise into the program. That got added on afterwards. And and that isn't fair to the people, and Mika pulled that out there, and he's a good thing, he always looks at things like that to help the town. And this is what we did, so he said to me and to all the department heads, that include the pay raises for the top people in your office, and then put your budget together, and then see where it comes. Well, I did put the budget together, I went through it page by page by page, back and forth, and looking like this. And last year's budget was $490,047, and this year's budget was $483,000, but now it says $487,000 because I've also brought this to Tony Genovese. I don't do things by myself. I go to them, I ask them like this. I went to Karen, they're so helpful. And Tony sat it like this and looked at it, and then Karen called me back in. She says, well, John DeMeo works for you. He works for you other than in his office. John's always there helping us. He's at the running club, different things like that. He shows up at different things. I need him to come out and do things like this. It's overtime. and we have no line item for that, and we're taking them out of a budget, but it should be an overtime, a clerical overtime. So we put, the average is about 4,000. So we put 4,000, Karen has put 4,000 there, that makes it correct monetarily. So it still comes to 487, 865. You know, that's about 3,000 under last year's budget, like this. And I took everything you think of, I went through every single line item, you know, and I looked at what we could or what we couldn't do. And if you're going down the list, in part-time seasonal, I cut back in areas where I looked at the number of children like this, and that's when I changed it to 8 instead of 6. If I changed it to 8, we were able to cut back. And then everything else is basically the same. I went to technical, supplies and everything like that, and I was able to go in there and with John, we had things left over, like we had 10 reams of paper. Well, we don't need to add 30 frames. If we say we want to have 30 frames, we only order 20 because we already have 10 left over. So that's what, he helped me a lot with that, like this. And maintenance, we knocked out a few things in maintenance that we don't do anymore because we don't have a dumpster here, like the school, we don't use it like we used to like that, so I was able to knock it out. So I was able to present a budget that is right now about $3,000 less than it was last year. And it covers everything. But I still say, and I'll say it again on tape, that the safety of the children comes first. And if I need to hire more people like this, if there's 24 kids, 8, 16, 24, that's 1 to 8, and I only have 2 workers, I will put a 3rd worker in there, like that. And we'll go that way like this. But other than that, I think we presented a good program.
I do have a question, because your programs have been increasing, getting an increased number of students. And if you're cutting back on the part-time seasonal staff, will that?
No, because I went up on the number of per unit.
Even with an increase in the number of participants? Okay.
Yeah, because actually I said 1 to 6. We were probably shooting about 1 to 4, 4.5 like this, because we had extra workers like this. So to make it fair, I put it back in, and 1 to 6 would have worked, but I made it 1 to 8. And that was the way we solved it.
And in many places, you know, the personnel dollar amount is about the same last year versus this year. Is that from reducing the hours or reducing the personnel or increasing the
Personnel.
hours?
If you go in and look at the summer camp, I removed 1 person from 3 columns. Okay, so it should have been in the summer camp, the leaders, 1st year, 2nd year, and 3rd year should be 15, 15, 15, and 12. I left the leaders at the same at 15, but then I went to assistants at 14, 14, and 11, which is 4 positions right there, which is about $6,000 right off the top, taken out of there. Okay, and then if you go down here in the program below that, it said arts and crafts. You know, we went up only $50, but then the ADA coordinator, we don't have an ADA coordinator, we have a specialist for CITs that comes in and works with us, also events. And then we don't have woodworking, we don't have, we had a person in the equipment room, we had a storybook person, ADA instructor, but the nurse is the only one that we kept. So we were able to save about $6,000 there on that, but those are programs we didn't have. And I always left them in, we always had that like this, and that would make our budget a little bit safer and to be in the black. But we were able to remove those positions like this. And the nurses program went up like this from what we had a little bit. Other than that, that's how we saved.
And the programs that have $0 amount, those are cut back. For example, like the fall softball, the line item is 0. Are we cutting back on that
Yes.
program? Because of participation?
Well, no, we just utilize the person that's there, like the supervisor for softball over there, and instead of having two person at every field, the supervisor goes from West River Field to the center field, checks on everything like this, goes like that, and makes sure the umpires are there at both fields, he delivers the stuff, and he gets the scores, where we had a scorekeeper before. We don't need a scorekeeper, he just picks up the scores, and doesn't make any sense in the job. So that was the elimination of that position.
Couple more questions. Last year or this year, we had the possibility of additional requirements. I don't think that bill passed.
No, it did not
Right.
pass.
Next year, they could put that up again.
And we're ready. We are
In case
prepared.
that happens,
We
does
have
that increase the
everything.
cost?
We have exactly everything you need to do, everything like that. What Bethany had to go out and do and come back and make sure they had, we've already had in place. But we even did even more. We followed the rules thinking that it was going through, thinking that it was gonna go through,
Yeah.
and it didn't. Same thing with the pool. We were with the pool, remember we had to put the, because of the, I thought the young man's name got sucked in on that thing. So we had to put the drains on the bottom of the pool so that they flow, and if somebody sits on it, there's no suction on the other end. And you can just get up like this. We put that all in, and many of the towns didn't do it. They didn't follow the regulations. Well, it didn't go through. They didn't bust them, but that doesn't matter. For the safety of the kids, we did the right thing. So it was there.
And then, if I remember correct, there was a requirement for additional credit checks, like you have to look into the national
Right,
offender list or
of
something,
things.
like expanding the credit background check.
We always did that.
We have everything all set up right now to go through the town, through the police department, everything like that, and statewide, and we're ready to go. If they have to go to the state, we're prepared already. We already have it written down, what we have to do. And
We
that's-
do at the state level, right? But do we have to, I thought the bill required you to expand it to the national level.
We were already.
Well, I don't know if that, I'm not positive about that. We have the state, we have the Woodbridge Police Department does the credit check here, and then they go to the state, they send the names in, the state comes back with that, like that. I'm not sure about the national.
Right, was it gonna be an issue of a higher cost also?
Correct.
Was that, it was, yeah,
It would mean that we'd have to pay, I think, double of what we were paying like that, so.
right.
Just wanted to make sure that we have coverage for that in case that happens.
Yeah, well, that would go into the budget, that would go into the national level one, if it gets passed and it's mandatory, we're prepared, we just have to add it to the budget. But we have everything all set.
That would be the following budget, do you think?
Maybe, it depends, they move in slow motion. And then they come out right away and say it's due tomorrow.
Right, so if it were to happen for this budget, right?
Right,
do
it
we
won't happen
have-
with this budget.
It won't
It
happen in
won't.
this budget,
Okay.
okay,
It won't
that,
happen
yeah,
in this budget.
okay.
That answers.
Yeah, that
the
answers
question.
that, yeah. Yeah,
And,
Yeah.
one additional question on the technical, if I understood correctly, did you say that we have inventory that we can use and we don't need as much in 2026, 2027 as we did previously?
Right, we never looked before, we always added in and said, okay, this is what we need. 20 reams of paper, we need this, we need this, we need this, but never checking our supplies. So John and I went in there and on our shelf like this, I said, John, how many do we have? He says, we have 10 reams left. You know, we know we're gonna have 10.
Yeah.
So instead of ordering 30, we ordered 20.
So I'm just thinking out loud, I don't know if it makes sense, but do you want to show that as a credit? Because if later on, next year, you need more, the difference that would be seen in the budget would be significant. Call out what you need and then credit out what you have. That way the budget reflects what the needs are. So the following year, if you have to request more, you're already showing what the requirement is.
That's a great idea.
Or like
That's
a
a
detailed
great
inventory,
idea.
Right,
like
I
what you
understand
went
exactly what
in.
you're saying, I understand exactly what you're saying to show what the need is like this. But most of the time, government programs run things, they run them and they just run them. And then there's no more money, but they run them, not in recreation. If we see we're going low and somebody is doing something, we don't spend in that line item account. That account only has $0 in it, well, that's it. We don't order this or order that. But next year, since we saw that we were off, we'll add back into it. But I'm not gonna be one of those people that says, we'll just order it. I will do that with the kids, for safety
No,
of
I'm
the
not
kids.
saying
That's what
order
you're
it.
saying.
I'm not saying order it.
Well, you're saying,
I'm saying, let's say your requirement is $13,000, but you have supplies worth $3,000. You show the $13,000, but then debit out, I have a line item there saying
Yes.
credit, so that the
Yeah.
budget reflects the actual needs, and that the following year, if you need 13, you have shown that it's not a significant increase, that is what we needed, but we credited the budget based on what we had.
okay, I understand now. Yeah, because that was at the, I gotta give you a good one. I ran at the firehouse, I ran the Coca-Cola machine, like this. And I gave them what the bill was, and I gave them the money like this, and they said, well, you're short $400. And I said, I'm not short $400. Yeah, you're short $400. I took them down, I opened up the machine, I said, look, there's $400 right there in the machine. There was actually 600 cans, there was $600 in the machine, and I've already given up the money to pay. So that's exactly what you're talking about, yeah. I get it. I'll put
So
that
are
down.
you thinking there are other items like that as well? So there's the office?
No, I just,
No?
those other ones, I just took off a few things just to save a few dollars, but otherwise.
I think whichever are the larger.
The larger ones.
That way, at least the town also is aware of what the actual needs are. And then, okay, we have these that we can cover for this year, but who knows what the situation would be for the following year. That way, it doesn't look like it's a significant increase from, say, 27 to 28.
But I just put down that the rec commission will come up out of their own pockets to help us out here, time of need. I mean, Jane can do some more baking. She's a good baker.
Maybe not.
No, I understand. We'll look into that. We'll have to show that.
So, are there other questions about this? So, do we need a motion
Yes.
for this
Motion to
as
accept the
well?
budget as presented.
A motion to accept, we have a motion to accept the operating budget.
Yes.
You're tired.
You can put me a second.
Okay. Any further
Jane,
discussion?
she took me on this.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
nice, thank you. Policies and procedures.
Well, I'll just say one more thing about the budget. I don't know if other departments do it like this, but I make sure that the town hall knows. I go to Tony Genovese, I go to Karen, I go to them, I bring it over, I hand them the budget, I show them like that to help me out like this. Karen was the one that found about, putting a line item in like that. But that's what I think you should do, because, you always pass it up to the higher authority, and they'll let you know what you do or have to not do.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
that's great. When do you present to the Board of?
Oh, that's the other thing. They haven't, well, we're so far ahead. I mean, they're supposed to hand this in January.
This is great.
We're way ahead of the game, everything like this. But what I'd like to ask is, could I please have Ward and just Jane and Andrea come, if you're here, if you guys could come to the thing that night and support us like
What's the
this?
date? Can I have it?
Oh, we don't have it yet. We don't have what,
That's the challenge.
It's usually in
Yeah, I know.
January, right?
It's usually in January.
Yeah,
I don't know
sometime.
if they have it.
As soon as you have the date, send it out.
well, I'm married, I can't have any dates. but-
You can put a date any night.
So I'll.
Okay, we'll do that.
I'll
But
make
it's good to have a support behind you like this. It's just them to see you, I just don't want to have happen what happened last year. We handed in a really good budget. I mean, we only went up $10,000 on the whole thing, the whole budget. And they cut us $3,000. I was like, but the town doesn't say, okay, I'm cutting you here, here, here. They say $3,000 cut. Where? You figure it out. That
Well, you
wasn't
already did it.
fair.
You did it with the technical
You did it
head.
for them.
Yeah.
You already did that for next year. They don't get to cut it.
Well, let's see. You never know.
We'll see what
I
you guys
know,
are
well aware.
presentation. Last year you cut 3,000, this year I did it for you. You don't have to take any more money out. We found all the
We
savings.
found all the spots.
Thinking the same way.
It's true. I don't think they're gonna touch this. We did a great job of what they wanted us to do.
So I'll make a second,
It's important to show that.
Right,
I'll make a,
And I did not do this budget on my own. I did this budget with John DeMayo. John DeMayo, he's a great asset to our department. We sat down, we do everything like this, and
That's why it's important.
I'm sorry he has to walk into my office like 3 times a day to fix my computer.
You're doing it.
John is
And
a,
he doesn't help. He goes in there on the computer and he goes, "You're all set." And I'm like, okay. But it is having somebody in the office that you can really rely on.
the department is so very lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And obviously John appreciates
Put it in the budget.
And
My
I'll,
salary.
I will second the vote to please, anyone who can show up for the budget meeting, and in particular this, I'm gonna be away all of January. So I may not be there at your meeting, if it's in
Are
January.
you going someplace really nice? If you are, I'll go with you. You can have
Springs.
I'm bringing my grand.
If it could be virtual, if I could be there virtually, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
so,
If you can, expert support.
Yeah, no, it's
You know what?
really nice to have this.
John and I go in there, we're all set, we can bounce things off of each other while we're sitting like this. We don't even have to, because we know the budget inside and out.
It's nice
But it's
to
just
have the
nice to have
support.
people just,
Yep.
there.
Definitely.
That's all.
Definitely. All right, entry policies and procedures?
No.
No. Okay. Publicity. Speaking of John DeMeo. You've included all sorts of things in our packet, John.
Yeah, so, the town news, I put the youth basketball leagues.
Yes.
I put the rec commission's donation to the resident fund. Human Service did not want the QR code in there
Why?
because they don't want to take donations online because of the credit card fee.
Because of what?
The credit card fee.
Yeah, they,
So people can only pay for rec by check?
Not rec, I'm talking about the
Human Services.
human service donation. Not rec, you can pay.
Well, that idea, that
Yeah.
idea you had. Because they don't want people to have.
Yeah, I had the QR code in the original article. and-
In their donation fee, like every time I make a donation online, it says, do you want to increase your donation by $8.72 or whatever it is to
Cover the
fee?
fee charge.
The fee's not that much, I think it's like $1 or something. So, yeah, I had it in there though, and I got.
Because if people
Could we
contribute.
add $100 into our budget to cover the fees of the donations? I mean,
Oh,
I'm slightly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if people do continue, so the idea was to continue to
There
contribute.
is a
Yeah.
thing that says if you want to make donations to call, like it tells you where to call to make a donation.
Yeah, it's a call, you just can't do it on a QR code.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so
yeah,
they still can.
it's right there.
Yeah, it's not like people can't make a donation.
Yeah,
But I agree with you, I think it's way more convenient to scan the QR code.
yeah. And you'd still be,
And also under publicity, John and I put together, we're sitting there going over the packet that we had, we gave it to everybody. And we laminated every single program. Every single program here is laminated, and we're going to post them. We have our own bulletin board outside here. We're going to post them at Beecher South, Beecher North, and I'm going to ask the gentleman at Blue Check, who always helps us, if I can put it on his wall. I did it for other programs, and he let me go outside our programs and put it in one spot on his wall, which he did for us. So
Great.
I'm going to ask him again, and this will give us 3 spots where these are out there showing. I mean, they all go home and parents will go, hey, this is nice. But here they'll be posted, and it may be a reminder to some people wherever they go.
about
All the programs, like,
programs.
you know, it's like,
Yeah,
here's the basketball program, and then, you know,
Yeah.
here's the indoor soccer program.
Yeah.
And then the gymnastics program, all of our
Yes, yes,
programs,
all
the
different.
guitar, everything is in here. Pickleball, our pickleball program for the kids and everything like that.
that's great.
So,
Okay, so, Saurabh, you just raised, just to get back to that QR code discussion.
that's the other one.
Can we use maybe like Zelle or Venmo or something like that? That doesn't need fees?
But how would you need,
They need a Venmo account on the other.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
technically it's not our fund either, it's Human Services Fund.
yeah,
I'd really rather not
yeah.
broach that.
Okay, so people can call.
Yeah,
No, we'll just do it our way.
like if it, that's, I guess how that's how
I mean,
they
it'd be
want it.
interesting to see if anyone contributes during the year.
We had one person do it online like last year, I think.
Oh, yeah?
They did $50, so.
Really?
Yeah.
During the sort of the month of the road race?
No, this was just like a random, I was,
that's
I check our, like the transactions online every day.
They
And I
just
look,
make
I'm like,
a
what, I
bunch.
didn't even know what it was, and then I look, I go, oh, this is a donation to the Residents Assistance
Wow.
Fund. Yeah.
Could we do it with the fun run and the, what do you call it, our road race? Can we put a QR code there into that so they can, and then put a big thing to asking for donate, help us, you know, if you're $20 to run the race, but if you could support us with $5 more for food and fuel.
Yeah, we did do that we had the QR code for
Okay,
the
that's what I'm
donation
saying.
last road race, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we put up a sign for donations during concerts? The summer concerts, like at
No.
the table, like that's another place you
Yeah.
could.
That'd be a good place.
But this time of year is when people think about it.
I
It's
know,
really
yeah.
cold
Right.
and you think, I'm fortunate enough to heat my house, but maybe some people aren't.
I mean, some places they pass a basket. You don't have to do that, but it can be mentioned.
I don't want to go to church.
No?
I don't want to go to church.
They get a lot of money, John.
They do. Okay, sure.
Well, inside the
Yeah, that's not
community
bad.
center, once it's open, you could put,
That's
you could
right.
put a permanent flyer to
This would,
donate and
yes,
support the,
Yep.
yeah,
We
exactly.
have a home.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly, good point. But that's great, that's sort of nice that someone made that contribution.
Yeah, it was nice, it was very random too, it wasn't
Yeah, we
like,
got a lease on
it
this
was just on our
4
website,
years.
someone must have been looking at it and they made a donation.
Did that person get a thank you? I guess you can't thank you.
I sent it to Human Services. The person who used to be their office manager, I don't think she's with them anymore, but Ellen, I sent it to her and she reached out to him.
Yeah,
pretty sure,
nice.
so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was because of you, your input, Julie. Anything else?
Everything else were like email
Yeah.
blasts about youth programs. The bowling trip had 20
Yeah.
kids, I think it was.
Yeah.
20 kids.
We actually, what didn't break in, we made money on the bowling trip like this.
Yes.
And the individual, it's such a nice bowling trip in West Haven. He was a rec camper.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the pizza, the soda, the games, the only thing he said was he mentioned my name and the all kids went, ooh. Because they're so young, they're little now, the
Right.
next group is coming through. But that's okay. But as a commission, I sat here and I wrote down my notes like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I have to do. And that's important. Those are things that can get done. You don't slip and let them fall through the cracks. So I want to thank everybody for those, because John will get on it. No. We'll get on it.
Yeah, well, thank you for always being open to thinking
You have to be.
through.
That's what you
Yeah,
survive.
it's, exactly. Our next meeting is in January.
Yeah, so I actually realized I
January
forgot to put that
27th.
back.
I will,
26, 7 p.m.
I will not be here for that.
Oh, did I put it in the back?
No, you put it in my last packet, so I keep it in my.
I was gonna say, I thought I forgot to put it in.
I have it in
Yeah,
there.
January 26th is the date.
126, 26. I hope people come.
Yeah.
I'm putting my calendar up. Do you know what you're doing?
It's like
So, maybe we run the meeting. Sure. Okay, Julie's gonna run the meeting. Cool.
The meeting, I don't think is back because the budget's over.
Yeah, it should be, you'll probably do like that 21.
That can be official. Don't tell people it's not an important one.
It's a, everyone should show up, that's right. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion to adjourn the meeting? All in favor? Thank you so much.